Well, pro-illegal immigrant activists are mounting a year-end offensive, pressuring Congress to grant amnesty to DACA recipients. It's been close to 3 months since the Trump administration announced it was ending DACA. That's the Obama-era program that grants work permits to hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants. There's been talk of a deal, but so far one has not appeared. Ali Noorani is executive director of the National Immigration Forum, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Noorani, thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me, Tucker.
So I think there are two sides to this argument, for sure, actually. I think it's a complicated one. But I also wonder about the priority it's been given. So there are tens of thousands of people living on the street in America. The middle class is actually dying younger than it used to. We've got millions of Americans addicted to drugs. Why is the fate of DACA recipients number one on the congressional agenda? And both sides seem to think it is. I'm a little confused by that.
Well, that's a really good question, Tucker. And you know what? The way I look at this is that historic presidents are the presidents that surprise you. And President Trump has this incredible opportunity to surprise us in that he can improve our national security, grow our economy, and fix a slice of the immigration system, and be the first president in decades to do so. Presidents Bush and Obama were completely unable to do so. So for President Trump to lean in on Democrats and force them to the table on border security measures, ensuring that DACA recipients are passing criminal background checks, but then also along the way continuing to grow our economy, because these are young people who are contributing to various parts of our economy, but then ultimately making sure that these young people are owning the American dream. And the best part about it, Tucker, is that by doing this, President Trump is meeting the needs of 79% of Republican voters and realigning the party for Latino voters overall. And I got to say, that's a pretty historic move.
Yeah, well, he already actually surprised, I think, a lot of people already by winning the presidency, and he did so by running on a platform of building a wall along our southern border and deporting people here illegally. Why not just do that? It's what he promised to do. It's how he got elected president. I mean, you just said he should be acting according to his promises. Would you be excited for him to do that?
Well, you remember on September 5th of this year, when he sunsetted the DACA program, President Trump said that he wanted a solution that said, quote, makes everybody happy. So let's make sure that we can make sure that those DACA recipients are able to be protected from deportation and continue to contribute to our economy.
But wait a second.
In terms of border security, that's your question, right? We believe we need smart border security. So let's spend billions of dollars on the border where the majority of drugs, guns, and money are being smuggled. You know where that is? Ports of entry. Let's improve the infrastructure. Let's get boots on the ground there.
You know what? I don't believe you. We've been talking about this for decades, and it's all a lie. The point is to grant a pathway to citizenship to the people who are here legally. And my question has always been, isn't there already a pathway to citizenship? It's U.S. embassies around the world grant 1 million green cards to people. Why shouldn't everyone here illegally go get in line with everybody else who wants to become a citizen and do that? I've never really understood why we wouldn't ask that of people.
You know, that's another great question, because that's why Congress needs to come together as Republicans and Democrats to create an immigration system that meets the needs of American workers and their families. Right now, our immigration system does not do that. We've got talent going overseas. We've got jobs going overseas where that talent is stuck outside of the country.
That's just the cities with, you know, pick one: Lowell, Massachusetts, Lewiston, Maine. Cities are flooded with immigrants, have high unemployment and tons of poverty. That's not axiomatic that the more immigrants you have, the richer you are. That's just not true. But you're not answering my question, which is, why is an American living in a country in economic decline where people are making less than their parents and they know it, should granting amnesty and citizenship to people here legally be number one on my priority list? That's my only question. Why should your average American think that's the most important thing?
I'm going to be the first person to say that the immigration system needs to serve the needs of the American worker and their families. So let's pick a place. Let's look at southern Idaho. Unemployment rate of 3%. Third largest dairy industry in the nation. The only way that dairy industry continues to grow is if they have an immigrant workforce that is creating jobs for Idahoans who have been there for generations. That's the kind of balance that we're looking for here, Tucker.
Yeah. You'd have to explain the economics of California, which has actually carried out this experiment for the last 30 years and now has more poverty than any state, to convince me of it. But nice try. Alec, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.